Hello and welcome to the December edition of Today from the Heart. I'm Neve.
And I'm Olivia. We are broadcasting from the David J. Bloom Broadcast Suite.
This month's episode has everything from a glimpse into peer leadership to a look at a new club in our school.
As part of Computer Science Education Week, let's meet two teachers within our community who have brought their professional STEM backgrounds to Sacred Heart.
My name is Dr. McCullen. I was an undergraduate at Binghamton University. There were a lot of opportunities for me to interact with professors one-on-one, ultimately landing me in graduate school at Princeton, where I got my PhD.
My name is Anna Bobrick-Nistet. I went to RIT, and thanks to that, I went to work in Washington, D.C. at an international organization called Inter-American Development Bank. So I was basically in charge of installing servers, installing databases, creating and designing the databases for the systems.
Before I came to Sacred Heart, I worked for Pfizer, the pharmaceutical company that has played a big role in all of our lives in recent past. I was one of 7 global organization heads. My team and I had to really kind of reinvent the analytics function. Business analytics is a function that basically does all the kind of math and analysis to support important decision-making at a company.
The STEM field requires for you to continue learning throughout your life, and part of that involved creating a project of a prototype of a wearable that could detect, using machine learning, 3 dance moves.
I think I've done a lot of different things that sort of come up in the classroom. I think my students here are very intellectually curious, and it's remarkably often that questions get asked that sort of grow out of whatever the day's lesson is, and then take us into kind of territory that goes a step or 2 or 10 beyond, the intended lesson.
Something that I share with my students many times is how important it is for them to know more about how computers work, because it doesn't matter in which kind of organization they work. There will be a component that requires know more about computer science.
I think I just kind of bring all of that real world experience into the classroom, and I think it makes things more concrete and more kind of relevant and real for the students.
Computer Science Week is going to be super fun. We are lining up some nice speakers and some fun contests that will allow you to participate individually or as a grade. We hope to have fun prizes and interesting challenges for you. So please stay tuned.
Wow, did you know Miss Neisted wanted to be an astronaut?
Whoa.
We are so lucky to have them. Now let's get a look into the new hockey team.
I'm Charlotte and I play ice hockey.
My name's Erin and you're watching Hockey Channel.
I'm Isabel. I played ice hockey for 7 years and I was on defense.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm a senior. And ice hockey was started here at Sacred Heart by Charlotte, Isabel, and I because we really wanted to bring the sport that we all love and to the school.
Sacred Heart encourages this idea of girls always having opportunities, and I think hockey was a good way to extend that idea.
We're going to practice 3 days a week. There'll be 2 practices in the morning and then 1 Wednesdays after school, right after school. And we're going to practice at Chelsea Piers, which is really nice. It's a really great rink. And we have 2 coaches. So yeah, we're really excited to get started.
In 2023, we're going to have the club become a full varsity sport, and we're going to have 5 days a week practices, and we're going to be playing against teams all over New England.
We also have a club called Hartscott Hockey that we started just to really make sure that everyone knows about the sport and everyone gets excited about the sport. We hope to see a lot of people out in the ice in the winter.
That looks like so much fun. Next, we'll get an inside look at peer leadership at Sacred Heart.
Hi, I'm Ava.
And I'm Grace.
And we're peer leaders this year.
Peer leadership program at Sacred Heart was created long before actually I started. I started 16 years ago, and it was a program that was up and running. I think way back then it was decided that we wanted seniors to work with freshmen, And to this day, it still works great. It's a nice transition for our freshman class, and it's actually a nice transition for our seniors as they get ready to move on to college.
I enjoyed peer leadership a lot when I was a freshman, and I think it's a really cool opportunity that Sacred Heart has for freshmen to be able to bond with seniors and get advice and useful information, because adjusting to high school is definitely pretty difficult, and it's a great way to ease that transition.
After that, the girls have a retreat in June and then another retreat in August that gets them ready to meet their freshman class. We have morning classes, which meets twice a cycle.
I think peer leadership is a great example of Goal 4 in our community. We are building really strong relationships with freshmen, and I know a lot of people still are in contact with their peer leaders from 3 years ago, which definitely shows a strong community that Sacred Heart has, and it's a great opportunity to make everyone feel comfortable and have people that they can turn to, not only in their own grade, but older girls who have been through what the freshmen are going through right now.
That it just creates a cohesive community when we can walk through the halls and wave and say hi to freshmen and put a name to their face. I feel like it just builds the community, like Ava was saying with Goal 4.
And I enjoy peer leadership because I really enjoy getting to connect with upperclassmen, and it really makes me feel like I belong.
I like peer leadership because we can talk to other seniors, and it really feels like we're a part of the Sacred Heart community.
I like peer leadership because it's fun to get to know upperclassmen.
It's so great to see seniors and freshmen bonding within our community. We are truly living out our mission. Now let's meet Mr. Williamson and get a look into the photography elective.
So my name is Mr. Williamson. I am the photography teacher here at Sacred Heart, and I've really been interested in photography since my high school years, and that's why I'm so excited to teach photography to high schoolers. I really love how kind of free students are able to be in my classes and like to be able to just express themselves.
I really like photography because I'm able to learn new things this year about how to work a camera manually. I think it's really exciting, a different perspective than we had last year, obviously, because we had class over Zoom. I'm excited to have Mr. Williamson as a teacher because he seems really invested in making sure we understand how to use the camera and that we're making the best prints possible.
So in my advanced portfolio class, we are working on a project called Understanding Light, where the students are exploring all different kinds of natural and artificial light, and then they are really just testing out all of these different kinds of light to see what works. I really think light is probably the most important part of photography. It's what makes it work.
So we recently finished a project about understanding light, and it was really interesting because we worked on using the different fixtures of a camera to understand and capture the best light possible.
So one of the projects on my website is called New Life, and it's a fictional story of a boy who grew up in this old logging town that's kind of sort of in some ways falling apart, and logging isn't really kind of the main industry. It's sort of destroyed kind of the town. I started my website really just as a way to sort of get my work out there and have it attached to my name. If anybody is interested at all in my work, I just send them along to my website. It's a quick way to have them see some of my pictures and then also some of the exhibitions that I've been in. My experience at Sacred Heart has been really, really great so far. Everybody is just so nice and welcoming, and yeah, all of my classes have been really, really fun.
What an inspiring teacher. I really want to use that vintage camera. Have you seen the Post-it note messages in the school bathrooms yet? Well, you can thank our Behind Every Smile Club for those. Let's see what they're up to.
My name is Charlotte and I'm a senior.
My name is Charlotte and I'm also a senior.
And we are the co-heads of the Behind Every Smile Club at Sacred Heart Greenwich.
We chose to begin this club because we realized there was a lack of conversation about mental health at school. And we both felt pretty strongly that there should be more talk about it to end the stigma because it's so important.
And also I think we wanted to shed light on all of the mental illnesses and the struggles that people might not know about. and that are less common to hear about in everyday life. I think our inspiration was, I would say just what we've both gone through and seeing what everyone in our grade and in the upper school goes through. Seeing people, especially during COVID, and how that affected them was a really big inspiration for us, and we realized that that lack of conversation needed to be picked up. So basically, we are now a part of the high school program for Bring Change to Mind, which is a national and international organization that was founded by Glenn Close and her family members in order to start a conversation about mental health and the stigma, similar to our mission, and that was why our goals aligned so well. So when we found out that there was a high school program, me and Shar immediately jumped on that opportunity and we applied directly into the program. Thousands of clubs apply every year, but we were actually granted the opportunity to become a part of that program, which is really, really special.
We're really excited.
Yeah, join the club.
Now let's go down memory lane with a blast from the past hall pass.
Did you know the candy cane was invented in 1670 to look like a shepherd's hook? This timeless treat is a favorite at Sacred Heart. Let's take a hall pass and see what Sacred Heart students and faculty would do for a candy cane. What would you do for a candy cane?
Well, I can speak to you in Chinese. Okay. 我可以帮我们吗?
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
There's George Harrison of the Beatles here would play, and everybody's laughing in the background over there.
I would give Catherine a smooch. Bring out the mistletoe.
Dancing and prancing, Jingle Bell Square.
3 full minutes of blissful euphonium. That's what I would do for a candy cane.
I'd give you a piggyback ride. And what would you do to get this candy cane?
Grab it.
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Candy canes!
Well, that's a wrap.
From our heart to yours, thank you for watching today from the heart.